Hello, hello, testing. Testing 1, 2. Let me know if the music is too loud, too quiet, or if my voice is too loud, too quiet, all that stuff. Hopefully I got the aspect ratio right this time. I think I fixed the mistake. It looks good on my end on YouTube. I'm very excited about that. Let's get this mic position fixed as well while I'm sitting here. Yes, I fixed it. Hallelujah. Oh my god, that had been plaguing me. It was literally just one setting I had to turn on. It was very dumb. But I fixed it. Yay. Worm. And hello. Hello, how is everyone doing this evening? This beautiful Friday evening. The lag is so funny. Like, it says excellent, but it's like the YouTube stream is like a minute behind my OBS. Sounds good, sounds good. Beautiful. Yes, we are in fact working on this worm. I want to work on him for like an hour, and then I'll do some requests. I do want to draw the Cookie Crisp wolf, and I can't remember what the other requests were last week. I want to say Sunny, Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs bird. I can't remember. There was some other ones on the list that I thought would be good, but you're dandy. Hello. Reminds me of Little Golden Books. I'm so glad you said that. That is the intention. I have a dream to illustrate either a Little Golden Book for real or something in that arena. So I've been working on art in that style to get the hang of it, and then work on some portfolio pieces and all that stuff. So I'm glad you picked up on that. That's the vibe. So let's get started. This little guy's Inch. If you've never seen a Beanie Baby in your life because you're Gen Alpha or something, or you only know, last week we talked about the Beanie Boos, which are the horrible new Beanie Babies that have these awful giant sparkly eyes. They're abominations. You should, LOL. One thing I'm missing on this little guy, this is very crucial. I am missing the heart-shaped tag, which is like the iconic thing. I don't want to put Ty on it because I don't want it to have a brand name, you know? So I'll just do like generic heart tag with a little heart on it or something. So let me get a rough little sketch brush here. We'll do this. What is this layer? Nothing? Okay, get rid of that. You have that Beanie Baby Inch. He's a classic. He's a classic. That would be wicked. Yeah, I'm working on it. Alright, where would I put the name tag? I guess this is the tricky thing, because if I put it here, it's kind of obscuring the whole body, right? But maybe I want to have it stick up from the neck, but then that gets in the way of the glasses thing. So maybe I'm trying to think where would be the best spot to put it. The book is also on a different layer, first of all. Let's go back here. Scorch was my baby. Yes, I loved Scorch. I loved my Scorch. I loved Doodle the chicken. Or the rooster, rather, because he has my birthday. Oh, that's so smart. For the tag, you should do AE. That is so smart. I will do that. Maybe... because I don't want it to ruin the flow of the very wormy body here. See how that kind of like blocks the vibe? Maybe if it's down here... I want the heart tag. I want it. Turn it into a necklace. Yeah, maybe. I could put it down here. That's not too bad, actually, if it's like... and just poking out a little bit down here. That's not terrible. I don't hate that. And then you can just have the tag there. And it's kind of not in the way. We'll deal with that right now. And then this is a new layer, so I can move it around. Totoro. Ooh. So I have an ongoing list of stuff. I'm going to add that to the list right now. I have a little sticky note on my desktop. I have Cookie Crisp. I have Sunny, Cocoa Puffs. I'm going to put Totoro. I know there were some other ones that were on. Let me get this file real quick. Where was it? I had a list written on here very poorly. See, my handwriting's terrible. This is why I needed to type it last week. Figment, Animal Crossing, Care Bear, Babar, French something. It was the name of like a little dragon. If whoever requested that could remind me, I just wrote the word French on my notes and I'll fix it later. Yeah. All right. I wrote that on my little... You can't even... Whatever. Back to Inch. I'm going to work on him till 8:30 and call it a wraps on Inch, and then we'll get into some requests and stuff. Darkwing Duck. Ooh. He is a bookworm. Yes, he is. Darkwing Duck. That's a good idea. All right. I'm liking the placement. Like, it's not quite a necklace, but I like the placement of it right now. So we're going to do a big solid worm shape and then cut it up into different colorful layers. I'm just going to pick any color. Doesn't matter. We'll fix it later. Do a big old wormy shape. French fry the Wish Dragon. That was it. That's it. Thank you. Okay. That was it. Can't stay in stream any longer. Yeah, it is pretty late out there, huh? Kicks Animal Crossing. Yes. That is a series I do actually want to finish. Is forever ago I had a video where I posted all the sketches of all the Animal Crossing NPCs, like Mabel and Abel's, the Abel sisters and Kix and stuff. So I did rough sketches of all of them. I kind of want to redo it all and then do that series in this little golden book style. I think that would be really cool. As like a reboot of my Animal Crossing Villager series, but it's far less of an undertaking than 480 of them. So I think I can do that. All right. We're going to do my favorite brush, the dry ink. We're going to make it kind of big and chunky and just get to making a big wormy shape here. Make sure that you can see them. Good. I'm so happy I figured out the aspect ratio thing. It was literally just one box I had to check in OBS. And also I had the wrong version of OBS installed because I got a new MacBook. So when you get a new MacBook, you move over all the crap from the old MacBook. It just transfers over. But the old MacBook was an Intel chip. This one is Apple Silicon. So it was a different version of OBS. And I'm noticing it lets me switch the scenes. So it's not freezing yet, knock on wood. So I think that was part of the issue. And then I just literally had to check one box to fix the aspect ratio. So I'm feeling good now. I'm in high spirits tonight. And her New Horizons close. Ellie from Animal Crossing. Yes. All right. Ellie, Animal Crossing. It'll be kind of interesting to revisit the Animal Crossing characters in the little golden book style, like Molly, because it's a little different from the style I did when I did the whole series, you know? So it's fun to revisit some of those guys. And then what we're going to do, we're going to lower the opacity, and then we're going to make, let's see, 1, 2, 3 clipping masks. We're just going to use random colors right now because we'll change them. I just want to get all these sections done. Doesn't matter what color right now. Actually, that's way too complicated. I can just do one clipping mask and then just do it, you know. I'm overcomplicating this. My favorite math teacher in the world, when I was having trouble with math, Mrs. Birkenhauer, she would always tell me, like, you're working too hard. And I think about that every time I do a drawing. It's like, there's got to be a simpler way to do it. You're working too hard. You don't need to zoom into 1000% and hand draw, like, use a brush, use a shortcut. Like, if it looks good, it's fine. All right, so we're going to do that. And then on this same layer, because I like minimizing the amount of layers I have in Procreate, it's kind of key, because I do not have a fancy schmancy brand new iPad just yet. So I got to be real careful with how many layers I got. When he did those sketches, because I love Kix, and then I know, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to be more consistent with making content in general, like streaming, posting art, reaching out, because like that's the thing I miss about doing YouTube semi-regularly back in the day, is I miss people like you coming in to leave nice comments and feedback, and that's the stuff I miss. So it's like, if I don't come back for me, I should come back for the people who are waiting on me to post something, and there are at least a handful of them, so I'm grateful for that. Eventually I will do kicks in the little golden book style. It would be cute to do a bunch of shoes around him too, I think, in this style. You want gummy worms now? Ooh, it would be cute to do... Did I had gummy worm? Hold on real quick. This is such a segue. I'm working on this piece of junk food and I did gummy bears. I kind of want to do all gummy foods. I haven't finished this, obviously. It's rough. But now I kind of want to do something with this like crazy colorful palette of like all gummy foods, gummy sharks, gummy rings, gummy worms. I think that would be a good one. Let's go back to where were we at? There's that worm. Design a few Animal Crossing characters myself. Ooh. The 35 I was attempting to do was so daunting, I can't imagine it. It was a lot. It took, I think, 2 years or a little over 2 years. And I streamlined the process. I would just sit and do all the flat shapes. Like what I'm doing for this worm, I basically just sat and did for 20 characters on one day. And then did nothing for a week. And then did another, like batched them. And then would bring them all into Procreate and do a batch of 10 at a time. It was a slog, but I did it. So Disney's Gummy Bears? Oh, that's a good... Yeah. I did Gusto Gummy Bear. Gusto Gummy. Forever and ever and ever ago. I'll have to find that sometime to share with you guys. But I would be happy to do any of the Gummy Bear clan in this style. I think that would be really cute. And then the 2.0 update. Yeah, and then it took me 2 years to do all the villagers, and then it took me 2 years to do the last 6 villagers. I'm not even joking. That's how infrequent I got to about posting. I was just doing other stuff with my life. I wasn't focusing on YouTube or anything like that. I can't believe there's people that have seen like more than one of my videos. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's awesome. It's a good feeling. All right. I was like, why does this look so dull? It's because the opacity's not. Oh, and this green is... Let's solidify this a little bit. Is it because the red is... Yeah, okay. This is the annoying thing about clipping masks, is if the layer underneath isn't perfect, neither will the clipping mask be. Where are the blank spots that's making it like that? Hold on. Easier way to do it. What? Oh, it's because this is alpha locked. Duh. Okay. Okay. That fixes it. Lost my marbles for a second. Okay. Ooh, not like that. Not like that either. There we go. Fill in that stuff. No, don't undo. There we go. That looks okay. I don't mind a little bit of the color underneath peeking through, just not like... I'm not crazy about that bit on the tail. That's better. Okay, the rest of it looks good. So, we're going to alpha lock both of these layers, and we're going to get my favorite new brush out, Stickman, and we're going to just see what happens. See, this is crazy. We're going to tame this, but it's a start. It's a start. I'm kind of liking the chunkiness of that. I left a comment asking if you're okay and still alive. Yeah, I tried to keep up with at least the comments. And hello. Nice to see some people here. It's awesome. Yeah, I tried to keep up with the comments even if I wasn't posting, because I'm on YouTube just watching stuff all the time while I draw. So I tried to keep people informed that, like, I'm okay, I'm just not doing YouTube. You know, I'm fine. I appreciate the concern, though. Whenever somebody I watch disappears, I always wonder if they're okay. So I thought it was nice that people cared enough to ask, you know. Alive and well. Alright, I kind of like where this is going with this chalk texture over the crusty, like... I kind of like that. We're gonna let that sit for now and not overwork it and come back to it if I don't like it. Let's do this dark green. Maybe I want to lighten this up. Ooh, no, that's leaking into the yellow. Maybe a little bit less big of a brush here. Alright. See, I don't like that, like... that mustardy brown tone so much. So maybe we're gonna cool this off a little bit. Make it a little bluer. Alright, I don't mind that. Yeah, that gets rid of that like mustard tone. Or it balances it out a little better. I like that. It's just subtle variations. Frankie's. Hi, Frankie. It's nice to watch me. It's nice of you to watch me. I guess it's nice to watch me too if you're here. All right. Tail end. Let's do that. That looks great right out of the gate. I like that. I don't want to mess with that too much. I'm just going to let that sit. I kind of want a little bit more pink in it. Like here. Let's try that. Nope. Just leave it alone. Come back to it. We're going to come back to it. Story when I was 7. Sneaking in the kitchen at 3 in the morning to eat a stick of salted butter. I just ate the whole thing. The only comparable thing I have is me and my sister would eat like frosting right out of the thing with a spoon, which is almost as bad as eating just a stick of butter. I feel like it's as bad as eating a stick of butter but with like a bag of sugar dumped into it, so maybe it's even worse actually. Sasha's my favorite villager. I was happy when he finally did those last. Yeah, there was a couple people that were waiting and waiting. I felt really bad, but I felt the most bad that it took as long to do those 6 as it did to do the other 480. It was so silly. And I'd started working on sketches of them like the week that they were announced and then just didn't bother to finish it. But in a way, I'm glad it took me that long because my style had evolved. I'd gotten better at art in general, so it was kind of nice to see that evolution, you know? Oh, just a friend of a friend who's in the chat. Don't worry about it. I have a couple real life friends here, some internet friends here. All my friends are here. A whole thing of canned cheese and a bag of crackers in one sitting. That's a snack for champions. Maybe not the definitive snack of champions, but it's one of them. Okay, what did I want to do next? Oh, I wanted to do the page in the book. I think we're gonna roll with the theme of the books having like 1 or 2 pages because A, it looks cute, and B, it matches the like how silly and dumb Molly was in that last one. Maybe I'll do a couple pages. I think Inch might be a little bit more of an intellectual than Molly. We'll do like 2 pages. What would he be reading about? I'm gonna let chat determine. What is he reading? Are they all just reading Apple Volume 1? Maybe I make the book green and he's reading Apple Volume 2. I mean, worms like apples, right? They gotta know about that. Like a whipped cream cheese can. Oh yeah, like a spray cheese. Yeah. The NPC series I do genuinely want to do as like one video per. Maybe I'll do them like live stream like I did with Molly, one at a time, and then edit it into a big video with all of them in it or something. I don't know. I have plans. Whether I'll execute remains to be seen. You've seen how inconsistent I've been, so I'm not going to promise anything. I just have hopes. The Leaning Tower of Cheesa. They always made that look so good in that movie. And the pizza, of course. Worms Volume 1. Yeah. Intellectual, yes. Maybe he is reading Volume 2, and maybe there's 2 pages in Apple Volume 2. So maybe I'll make Apple Volume 2 green. But I like the look of the red book. It's so classic. I'm going to leave it red for now, and maybe I'll change my mind at the tail end. I just like the way the red looks. It pops on that gold yellow. I like it. World Elephant Day. Oh, how'd you celebrate? Did you go see an elephant? Did you hug an elephant? Alright, where's the book at right here? Okay. Alpha Lock. I forget that, like, because I watched some of my stream back just to make sure it looked okay despite all the crashes and stuff. I was skimming through it. I forget that, like, you guys can't see me gesturing to my iPad with my hand. So I'm watching back and I'm like, what am I talking about? I'm like pointing to stuff with my hand. Like I have to use the pen. I have to like circle stuff and point, you know. So just stuff you gotta work on. Let's see. Worms eat apples, so that makes sense. Yeah. Maybe it's a cookbook to him. Maybe to Molly it's a deep intellectual pursuit. Maybe to him it's a cookbook. A lifestyle guide, maybe. I drew a picture of your elephant. Aw, that's a great way to celebrate World Elephant Day. Alright, what was I doing? I was fixing this like hole in the worm's body here. Turn off that lock. Okay. That looks better. We're gonna do these sections here. This like burnt orange with the stickman brush. Ooh, that's a little purple for me. Let's... Ooh, I don't like that mustard either. We're gonna experiment a little. Let's... Ooh, I forgot the book's on the same layer too. Okay. Yeah, I'm not crazy about what Stickman's doing with that color, so let's fiddle around with it a little bit. Let's do hue tinted, like 13% warmer instead of cooler. Let's see if that helps. Okay, that's already much better. I don't like the green. I'm not crazy about that. I might just do this for texture's sake and then paint orange on top because I'm not loving that. It's okay. We're gonna do what we did with the yellow section and paint with the actual color on top with just the chalk brush and kind of... That already looks better. It already looks better. I hate how it's leaking into the yellow, but... Let's see. I'd love to see an elephant in real life. They're my comfort animals and my favorite. Elephants are fantastic animals. My favorite animals are river otters. I also love sea otters, but if I had to pick one definitive favorite animal, it would be river otters. Something about those little guys. And it's so fun. I can't remember the things that I've said on stream, so forgive me if I'm repeating myself from like the first stream. But it's funny that that's like one of the 5 things that everybody knows about me when they meet me. They find out pretty quick. My favorite animals are otters. Like I went on like 2 dates with some guy like 100 years ago, and he messaged me many years later with like otter memes because that's the only thing he remembered about me. I didn't respond because it was weird that he reached out, but I thought that was really funny that like that's all he remembered. It's like, oh, that's the girl that likes otters. This is how I'm gonna break the ice. It was kind of funny, but it didn't work. Sorry, man. Anyone have any plans? I am visiting my sister tomorrow. Should be a good time. Helping put up some curtains or something. Practicing art all day. That's chill. What was I doing? Oh, I was changing. See, I don't like how lumpy his head is here. I guess Beanie Babies are kind of lumpy, but I'm gonna smooth him out. Creating an Animal Crossing character of each species. I didn't get that far in though. Oh, that would be great to see though if you ever get around to finishing that up. I think we talked about how, like, what animals would we like to see in Animal Crossing. I think bats would be really good. I can't remember what else we talked about. Because it has to be ones that are not also NPCs, because I find that that's the pattern, is that the NPC animals never get used as villagers. So, like, there's never going to be a manatee villager, much to my disappointment. So I think bats haven't been done by either yet. And I think we had mentioned if it would be fun to do like an eye or something really out there. And it does suck. I feel that because my old iPad had all 151 Pokemon sketches. Some of those were already halfway done. It had all the NPC sketches on it. And I don't know what happened with the iPad. The screen just cracked. And I took it to the Apple store thinking, oh, they can just replace the screen. It'll be like $300, right? They're like, oh, we don't do iPad screen replacements. So you're just going to have to get a new iPad. I'm like, well, all right, fresh start then, I guess. Babar and his grandson, Badu. I do have Babar on the list, so I'm going to add Badu next to him on the same list that's pinned to my desktop. Hermit crabs. Aw. I'm adding that to the list too, even though that wasn't necessarily a hermit crab AC villager. That would be really cute. Okay. Now I just need to do this blue section. Get that stickman brush out. See, that's too dark. We're gonna have to lighten that up a little. I love that texture though, how the way this one's working. I just want to lighten it just a smidge. How about that? Okay. I like that. I'm just gonna keep redoing it over and over saying I like that. I'm a little bit darker. I kind of like how messy that is compared to the other sections. It's kind of doing something for me. Maybe... Alright. I like that. For now. Come back to it if I don't like it. Concept. Oh, let's see. Make sure my chat's all caught up. Yes. Okay. Now that this... I don't like these two right on top of each other. Perfect. Even that out. Now the green looks a little too dark, but we're going to come back to that. We're going to get rid of this for now. And we're going to do the heart tag on a new layer. So let's get that dry ink out again. Let's do just the shade of red right now. And I want to do something that looks like you cut it out with craft scissors almost. Like not a perfect round heart like that. But like, I'll make a big fat heart shape and then I'll cut into it with the eraser and see how that goes. Because I think that's the move. Let's do a big fat juicy heart like that. And then we're going to take the dry ink and chop into it. Make it a little bit wonky. And this thing I've had in my head ever since I saw, I don't know if you guys know Marco Bucci. Marcobucci, I think. That's how you spell his name. His like 10 minutes of 10 minutes to better painting series on YouTube is amazing. Whether you're doing painting, digital art, drawing, just watch all those videos. They're incredible. There's one where he talks about shading and light and how every amazing detailed hyper-realistic painting, you can take the shapes of the values, like the shadows, the highlights, and you can boil them down into shapes that can be cut out with kid scissors. And if you can't cut out the shapes of your shadows and highlights with kid scissors, they're too complicated and you're muddying the values. So I think about that whenever I draw anything now, even if I'm not doing like a value study or something realistic. I'm doing something like this, you know, I think, could I cut it out with kid scissors? And I think it makes it more appealing looking when it's like simpler and rougher like that. Glad to be catching your stream. Hello! Remember your concept if you thought hard enough? Yeah, that totally, like, it makes you lose motivation when, like, you're through a project and the project crashes or you lose all that data. It's very demoralizing. I totally get that. That's why I like Pokemon 151. I want to do it. I'm never going to promise it because I do think it would be fun. But I did lose steam on it when I lost all that data on the old iPad. That was very tragic. His videos might be very helpful. Yes, he's a great painter. Marco Bucci. 10 minutes to better painting. Every video in the series are better information than anything I got in art school, for real. Like, great stuff. He also does, I did a class on, like, the art of color or something like that through CG Academy years ago, because I wanted to try an online art course just to see what the fuss was, and it was, like, cheaper than doing community college courses online. He did one through CG Master Academy, and, like, the lectures were him, like, pre-recorded videos, but the person doing the grades was, like, a different painter. But his videos on painting were so good. They were so great. We're gonna do the gold like that for now. Maybe I should do the gold on a new layer so I can do like a shiny little effect on it. We're gonna undo all of this real quick, then do a clipping mask. Okay. Clipping mask. Do the same thing again. Togepi would be cute. Ooh, maybe I'll just do my favorite Pokemon, because maybe I don't like all 151 original Pokemon. Maybe I don't like all of them. Maybe I only like 30 of them. There's no rules that say I have to do all of them. That's just me wanting to do another big series because of Animal Crossing. Maybe I just do the ones I feel like, you know? Maybe they're not all Gen 1. Maybe I like the one that looks like a pile of garbage. Maybe I like the ones that look like ice cream cones. You know? Just do whatever I feel like. I'll do the one that's just keys, clef key, right? It's just a ring of keys. Why not? I'll do all the ones that people make jokes about. Oh, Pokemon isn't as good as it used to be. It's just like keys and ice cream and trash now. Okay, well, they're cool too, so what now? I like the one that's just a ring of keys. Nothing wrong with that. Drawing where Nora Babar and grandson Badu in tribute to Loretta Brunov. Yeah, I have a whole list of stuff pinned to my desktop that people have requested that I want to find a site that like you can put in a list of options and it'll randomly pick from the list. That's what I'm hoping to do, because this list is growing by the minute, and I can't do everything in one stream, so it would be, and I don't want to pick favorites or anything like that. I kind of want to just write down all the ones that appeal to me in a list and then have a random picker pick one, you know? That's how I might do it. Preference for canvas size DPI. Right now, I think my favorite is, these are 10 inches by 10 inches, 300 DPI, set to RG, like sRBG. They're not, for forever, I didn't know that it set it to like Apple P3 or whatever color, and I was like, why does the color look so different when I import to Photoshop? It's because it wasn't set to just regular RGB. I do RGB unless a client needs specifically CMYK, but even then it's better to bring it into Photoshop, convert to CMYK, and then do the colors there, in my opinion, versus drawing in CMYK. DPI at least 300. I think more than that for something that I'm posting online like this is a little excessive. If you're doing prints, maybe either do double the dimensions and 300 DPI, or do the exact dimensions and do like 400 or 500, 600 DPI. So it depends on what you're doing. And if you're just posting like a quick doodle online, anything over 150 is fine. Like it's gonna look good on social media. And I just like a big square canvas, because square works on all social media, even though now it's very annoying. Instagram is recalibrating their thing to be portrait mode instead of square now. So that's irritating, but at least square looks decent on everything. So that's just my preference. Living toxic waste, a seal called Seal, a crab called Krabby. But yeah, let's talk about the keys in the garbage, right? Oh, the creativity died in Gen 1. A crab called Krabby was the pinnacle of character design. Yeah, exactly. You get it. Everything was better when I was 13 years old. I know, whatever. Listen, I'm a sucker for nostalgia. Why do you think I'm drawing a 90s plush toy? But like, let's be real. You know? Okay, what was I gonna do next? We're gonna group the clipping mask and this together so I can move them together. Here's the tricky thing. The transform tools in Procreate are absolutely atrocious. I don't care if you pick nearest neighbor, bilinear, bicubic, they're all horrible. I'm gonna pick nearest neighbor and then I just want to tilt this a little bit. I don't like that it's straight up and down. We're gonna hope that it doesn't make it completely blurry. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Could be way worse. That actually does not look terrible. And I'm not even looking at reference for the Thai name tags. I'm pretty sure they have a golden border like this. I might make it chunkier though, because I don't know how I feel about it being thin. I'm gonna make it a little thicker all the way around. It's not even like different colored as, yeah, it's just a crab. Though that might fit into what's it called, like the carcinogenic cycle. I can't remember what it's called, but there's a thing in evolution where crabs have independently evolved like 8 different times. Everything is destined to become crab, and it is so in the Pokemon universe as well, I guess. Just crab. Sure. Yes. If you have requests, let me know what kind of stuff you want to see. I'll add it to the list, and I'm gonna find something online to randomly pick from that list so that I'm not playing favorites. But absolutely, shoot me some ideas. I'll put it on the list here. Fairy is just psychic, but somehow we're busted. Yeah, weren't people just sweeping everyone with just a combination of like Klefki and Snorlax for a minute? I don't follow like Pokemon meta strategy stuff, but like I remember vaguely that being a thing and people getting mad about it. I I remember that being a powerful duo for whatever reason. I could not tell you. I don't know the intricacies of all that stuff. Beyond me. I play Pokemon like a real gamer, which is I play with my starter, use the starter to collect all the ones I think are cute, and then if I need to get one that's a specific type to beat a gym, I just grind to get that one up to defeat the gym leader and then put it back into a box and then go get more cute ones. That's how a real gamer plays Pokemon, okay? We're not doing metagame strategies. That's for posers. We get the cute ones only, okay? And I put Snorlax in the front of the party and he just one-shots everyone and I go collect all the cute ones. That's how I play Pokemon. People are always getting mad about something. Very true, especially in the Pokemon community, right? Alright. I want to do his little antenna behind his head real quick. Oh, it's 8:06 already. Oh my god. Time is flying. I want to have at least the base of him done. We're not going to get him finished tonight because I do want to do some more quests. But I want to get the bones in place, you know, and then I can fiddle with it and perfect it next week or something. Make these nice, thick. I might even square them off at the end just because I think that would be cute. So, makes it look a little bit less plush, I guess, but I think it's cute, so we're gonna try it. Oh, I kind of like the rounded square. I like that. Celebi not being a fairy is the weirdest thing ever. Yeah, that doesn't fit, does it? That should be a fairy type. Jeepers the Snuggly Tiger Cub Moshling from Moshi Monsters? Yeah, I'll add it to the list. Sounds cute. Jeepers Moshi Monsters. Got it. It is added to the request list. Oop, bring back that sticky note. Come back. Alright. Put that in the corner for now. No, why did it say exit OBS? No, I don't want to exit OBS. I'm doing something, man. Jeez. Okay. Considering they made random Pokemon fairy hybrids. Yeah, I don't know enough about that, but if there's any juicy gossip about people getting mad about something, please let me know. I love hearing about people getting mad on the internet at kids games. It's fun, actually. Wasn't a thing. It's different because of Celebi being legend mythical. Oh yeah, if it was already a separate thing before, you can't like retroactively change it, I guess, huh? This is how deep my Pokemon knowledge. I just go, Pokemon cute, and I play the games. That's my depth of knowledge. I have friends that could tell you a lot more about Pokemon than me. You're always mad. There's always something to be mad about. We're gonna do slightly more vertical oval for the glasses here. I think we're gonna do gold glasses on him. Square that off. You don't even do that much. I just try to get a wide enough variety of moves and spam the one of the type I need. I don't even bother with moves. Oh, me either. If it doesn't do damage, I don't understand the point unless you're into the metagame. Like, I don't get it. That's for Pokemon pros. I'm just here to collect the cute ones. That's what I'm all about. That one Pokemon that looks like a cake. I forgot her name. I don't know what one you're talking about off the top of my head. I'm trying to picture a cake Pokemon. Maybe I'll add that to the... I'm just going to write cake Pokemon on the list and figure it out. You know what? I will put Trubbish on the list because I would like to draw Trubbish. And then I think I added seams, just like subtle seams to make him look more plush. So I'm going to do that on a new layer as well. Like here. We're going to fade it out in the middle just so it doesn't obstruct that little glasses bridge. I think that looks cute. Yes, it's all coming together. Introduce the fairy type. A lot of Pokemon did change type, like Jigglypuff, but it's different for things that are legends or mythicals. Yeah. Okay, stickies. I'm gonna add Trubbish, cake Pokemon. And you know what? Ice cream Pokemon. I might do a piece that's ice cream and cake together because I think that would be cute. Oops, I did not want to touch my webcam there. Okay. And then just a subtle little stitch like here. I like that. I like that. Okay. Now, turn his inchy body back on. I'm liking where this is going. I'm going to turn off the sketch layer. What is that? Oh, that's the heart sketch layer. Get rid of that. Okay, making good progress here. I'm going to fix the antenna because that's upsetting me. Right down here. Can request a drawing of Poet the Monkey, Ty Beanie Baby. They look so adorable with their color. Yeah, I'll add another Beanie Baby to the list. Sure. Poet, Beanie, Baby, Monkey. Okay. Alright. And I'm thinking I'm gonna, instead of doing like 4 quick sketch requests, maybe I'll do like 2 with some color added requests or something. I don't know. We're just gonna feel it out, try different stuff every week and see what people are into and what they're not. Mix it up a little. I'm gonna call it quits on Inch here at 8:30 and then we'll pick him back up next week. Make him a 2-parter. I need a layer on top of the body, under the heart, where the tag can go. So maybe like there? Okay, I have an idea. Like, yeah, I like that shape. Okay. That works for me. And then on top of the tag, we'll put this little line like piece of plastic. Okay, that's looking better. And then I loved that idea. I think it was Rosie. I can't remember who suggested it. Somebody suggested doing AE on the tag instead of Ty. And whoever that was in the chat, you're a genius. And I believe Ty was lowercase letters. I can't be bothered to look up the reference, but I believe it was like TY like that. So I'm also going to do lowercase. We're going to sketch him in real rough first. With like just a random color brush. And then go over top of it and make it look cuter. Nice bubbly round letters. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. That is genius. Thank you. Okay. Is that the dry ink brush? Yeah, this is dry ink right now. I think I've only used dry ink and the Stickman brush for this whole piece so far. I believe. But yeah, dry ink is my favy. Okay. We got Pokemon we got in-depth Pokemon discussions in the chat. I am not a Pokemon expert, so I'm going to read because I'm interested, but I don't know how to respond. Huh. You are teaching us all about Pokemon here. So cute. I love it. It was just Rosie. That's a great idea. Thank you so much. I was literally just gonna make like I was just gonna put a golden heart instead of Ty and just call it a day, you know. This is much better and cuter. Okay, we're gonna see how bad that looks without this. Okay, not too bad. We're gonna zoom in and clean up. This is a little too wonky for me over here. And we're gonna use the eraser, also set to dry ink, just to carve away this and make it a little cleaner. I don't mind it being a little messy. I think it adds to it, but it's a little too messy right now, so. All right. That looks pretty good. Now what's making me crazy is the name tag should extend a little bit further down, or the body needs to come up, because I don't like how it's almost a tangent. I'm doing the thing where I'm pointing at the screen with my finger again. You can't see it, but I don't like how it's almost exact. Like, I feel like this needs to come out further, and I think I'm just gonna stretch Let's see if it'll let me freeform transform it and make it not look horrible. Or distort it. Let's just pull it down a little bit. Okay. It's not bad. It's not bad. Okay, that's better than it was. I do want to also slightly flatten out the body a little bit and then get rid of some of that body on the bottom here. So yeah, let's carve that out. That looks good. And then make sure this is like on the same level. Okay, cool. It was actually not that far off anyway. Okay. That looks pretty good. And now, what do I want to do before I wrap up this guy for this evening? We're going to alpha lock the glasses layer. We're going to alpha lock the gold heart border layer. And we're going to alpha lock the AE. And we're going to make them look shiny and golden. And we're going to do that by doing a few different shades of oranges and yellows. We're going to do like a darker shade. Oops. We're going to do it on the name tag thing first, I think. Let's do like a dark here because it pops against the bright yellow and it helps separate it from the background color a little bit, maybe. But it'll get really nice. Do a little dark here and then we'll do like bright yellow. And this is using the Jing Sketch Round Render brush. This is not a free or default Procreate brush, but I love it because it's nice and soft and has a little bit of grain to it. It's my favorite for like stuff like this. I used to have an affiliate link for it. Don't anymore. Gotta figure that out. But it's the Jing Sketch Ultimate Paint set, I think. JINGSKETCH if you're interested. Give them shoes. Don't give them shoes. You know, I'll do that for a joke layer up here because that's funny. And I like the idea of him being incredibly off balance with this like floating book, or maybe I'll make it really horrible. He's gonna have a little hand too. And this will not be part of the final artwork. Here. A horrible little hand and some horrible little sneakers. These are awful looking shoes. I'm so sorry. There we go. Some socks. Beautiful. And then the other arm over here. Wow. That's a masterpiece. I don't think I've ever drawn anything better than that in my life. Okay. We're gonna do the same gold effect on the AE with just some darker and some lighter strips just to make it look nice and shiny and gold. That looks pretty cute. And we're gonna do the same thing on the glasses. Let's start with dark first, make them even darker. So many shoes. For now, we're gonna leave it the horrible 2 shoes. Maybe right before I get off, I'll make them like 20 shoes. I was just thinking, how is he gonna hold the book? So I put the hand first, and it was all downhill from there. But you're right. The 2 is, it's, I don't know how he's maintaining his balance. Okay. The tricky thing is I don't want the yellow to blend into the yellow of his head, so it can't be quite as dark. It has to be more orange, maybe, with just a little hint of yellow. Yeah, I don't want it to blend into the head too much. Instead of making things lighter, you can make them darker, and it makes the other stuff look lighter by comparison, I suppose. So we're gonna do that. Okay. That's not bad. And then maybe just a hit of shiny light yellow at the top. Kind of like that. Okay. Think of oh yeah, oh my god, I'm adding Lowly Worm to the list. Yes. I love that he just has feet and no hands. He's a perfect character design, and his little apple car. Perfect character. Perfect character. Okay. We're gonna make his eyes black. And I do want to like refine the shape of the eyes, but I'm not worrying about that tonight because I'm about to start taking requests anyway. I want to do one other silly version of him with a bunch of shoes, and we're gonna try to make it look cute. We're not gonna keep it this way. It's just for fun. We're gonna do 8, and we're gonna make them teeny little red sneakers, I think. Maybe even teenier than that. Little stubby red shoes. Pink shoes. I don't know. We're just rolling with it. Got 2 front ones. Whatever. This is just for fun anyway. I'm like, should I space them out further? No. It's just for a laugh. It's not that serious. He is in Golden Books, so with the pig being a butcher. Yeah, the Richard Scarry art style is really, really, really good. These ones that are like way further out in the back. Whatever. Whatever. And then do some soles on the shoes. And then do some little laces. Beautiful. I think this is a great place to call it for this evening. for this. I'm not getting off. I'm going to start taking your requests. I want to find real quick. I'm going to leave him on the screen. You can all contemplate whatever's going on here. I'm going to Google real quick if there's some kind of site that will pick a random thing from a list of things, because that's how I want to rock these requests right now. So let me get a new tab going over here real quick. Okay. Random list picker tool. Okay, perfect. And beautiful. Thank you, Google. Okay. I'm gonna open this, put this window over here so I can see the chat. I have all these things. Right now the list consists of the following. Cookie Crisp Wolf, Sunny from Cocoa Puffs, Totoro, Figment in Animal Crossing style, a Care Bear, Babar and Badu, French Fry the Wish Dragon, Darkwing Duck, Kix from Animal Crossing, Ellie from Animal Crossing, the Gummy Bears, Hermit Crab as an AC villager, Jeepers from Moshi Monsters, Trubbish, the Cake Pokemon, Ice Cream Pokemon, Poet the Beanie Baby Monkey, and Lowly Worm. And we are going to have this thing choose from a random list. Did my stream freeze? Okay. Oh, Hucklecat is my favorite. All right. Pick a random item. Drum roll. The winner, Cake Pokemon. Not even joking. I'm gonna do... Oh, can I do a screen? I don't want to freeze my stream, but I swear to you on my life it says Cake Pokemon is the winner. It's not even letting me add a new source on OBS. I'm not even gonna try. But I pinky promise you guys, cross my heart and hope to die, that the winner of the random selection was Cake Pokemon. So now I have to Google and figure out what the heck the Cake Pokemon is. So we're doing that. Okay. Cake Pokemon. Alcremie. Alcremie. I don't know how to pronounce that. We're pulling up ref of that right now. Oh, it like evolves into a cake when it like does its deluxe thing? Interesting. Okay. Okay. So should I draw it the way that it looks like, because it's really cute when I look at Pokedex, or should I do the big cake one? What is the deal with this thing? What is the deal with this creature? I've never seen this before in my life. Alcremie? Can somebody spell it phonetically? I'm like, I don't remember how I said it. Alcremie, like alchemy, but Alcremie, right? Fairy type, weaknesses, poison, steel. Yeah, why am I like seeing it just look like a little cream puff and then sometimes it looks like just straight up cake? Is that like it's like mega evolution or what's the deal? Because I see a big giant cake. You know, I'm just gonna draw what it looks like on Google. I do like the big cake though. Let's maybe I'll sketch in the big cake and we'll just with like the little one in front of it because I like all the stuff on the cake. Okay. All right. Let's pull up this ref here. Minimize it so I can see what all you beautiful people are saying. And then pull this other ref open over here. Alright. Big cake. Little cake. Beautiful. Okay, so don't mind my iPad. Okay. We are gonna make a new 10 by 10 canvas. Where's my thing? There we go. Oh, that's set to P3. Okay. New canvas. We're gonna do inches 10 by 10, 300 sRBG. Perfect. That's my default. That's my like go-to settings. The Gigantamax form. I couldn't remember what the name of that gameplay mechanic was, because they have like a new one. They have like the crystal one. They have Gigantamax. I can't remember all the different like Pokemon, but bigger and more powerful things that they've done. So it's interesting that her actual form changes. I think it was kind of lame. Excuse me. I think it's kind of lame when it's just the same Pokemon, but bigger. Like, at least do something cool like the cake one. That's kind of fun. Alcremie, not alcremie. Alcremie. Alcremie, like alchemy. Okay. Okay. I'll get it in time. So, I'm going to use the sketch taper brush instead of the dry ink, because it's got a little softness to it. It's more forgiving when you're doing sketching, when you're just trying to feel out something. So I like this one for sketching. We're gonna just do the actual character first and then maybe the cake. And I'll work on this. It's 8:30 now. Let's work on this till 9:30, 9:15. And then 9:15 to 10, I'll start a second request. Let's do that. So I'm gonna write on the screen what I'm drawing, so people know what I'm up to. Okay. On a new layer. Okay. Get the feel of this big whipped cream head. I'm going to be doing a lot of resizing and it's going to look like a hot mess for a second. Bear with me. This is all part of the process. Just trying to feel out these forms of whipped cream. So like these big creamy ears. The face is relatively small. The face is just kind of like down here. Big chunks of like whipped cream bangs. Whipped cream hair. Gigantamax is big but with different form. Dynamax is just big. Okay, so Dynamax is the lame one I'm thinking of. Okay. I think it's way more interesting if they turn into something else. Snowy from Tintin. I'll add that to my list, and I'm going to delete Cake Pokemon from my list because I'm doing it right now. So I'll replace Cake Pokemon on the list with Snowy from Tintin. For whenever the next request is. I think 9:15. And if I don't finish this tonight, I'm not going to rush it. I'll just work on these things in chunks over the next couple streams, you know? No big rush. Because I'd like to do some more finished pieces. We'll work on them, you know, a chunk at a time. I don't want to take more than like 2 or maybe 3 streams to finish a single character. I think that's a little overworking it. And the eyes are interesting because they're not like round, they're like rounded triangles, it looks like. I'm just gonna do my style. Like, it's like a piece of candy corn. And they're a little closer together than this and a little narrower than this, but I'm just kind of doing it my own way and figuring it out here. But they're kind of like little candy corns, and the eyebrows are like just little buttons, almost. That's cute. I like that. Little teeny mouth. I'm going to keep the mouth as is because I really like that. Just being a little dot. Big Chungamax. There are extra 63 different forms of alchemy. Is it just the different decor on the side of the cake, the way that there's that one butterfly that has like 800 different forms or whatever? Because that's kind of cool. If the little cake decorations are just different every time. Add a little chunk of whatever shading to the whipped cream here. Or it's supposed to be like cookies or something, I don't know. But I think it looks like a big pile of whipped cream. And then we're going to make the little neck whipped cream fluff. This neck thing reminds me of, I guess it would be like Eevee where it has the fluff around its neck. But it reminds me of a Walkie from Neopets. Because I play Neopets fan site all the time, so I'm always thinking about Neopets. And then it has this trail of frosting that's kind of like a slug trail like that. We're going to simplify that, I think. I want to make it like 1, 2, 3. Like that. With maybe a little chunk at the end. Something a little simpler. And then exaggerate this puff of its like torso here. And I like the little gooey hands. I don't know what I want the little gooey hands to be doing just yet, so I'll think about it for a second. Different decorations and colors, they all evolve in different ways. That's cool. Shiny ribbon form. Ooh. Maybe I'll look that up when I get around to. It would be fun to do just a little simple cake in the back. We're going to focus on just the Pokemon for now, but we'll come back to maybe next stream I'll work on, like for an hour, just the cake. And maybe this one I just work on just the character for this and then get to another request. Mix it up a little. Alright, this is kind of a mess. I like the idea of the hands both being out because I like this little blobby hand shape. Let me see how it's like a big chunk like that and then a fat little thumb and then just a fat little finger. I like that. I want to have more of that. So I want to tilt the head because in the official art it's kind of tilted like this. I don't want to match the ref too closely. I want to make it maybe a little perkier and happier, a little higher up on the neck here. Just use the distort tool and just push and pull stuff until it looks kind of fun. And then make it look a little better. Chunk like that. A little happier maybe. Ooh, maybe I'll do a little teeny smile. Teeny tiny smile. Eyes like that. Looks a little different than the official art, but that's okay. And then it would have a white highlight on the top, like that. It's pretty cute. I like that. Poglins is me Chow World minus Sonic. Yeah, it's kind of giving Chow, huh? Got Chow on the brain. Why do the powers that be hate unlimited money printing? Because they could make more money than Animal Crossing New Horizons if they ever made a Chow Garden game. Just a full in-depth Chow raising and battling and racing and caring for and customizing and whatever. The fans need it. Of vanilla alchemy with the strawberry sweet. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at, I think. It's cute that there's other ones though. Maybe in the future I'll do a bunch of them hanging out on a big cake or something. Frosting Goblin. I love the big, chunky, chubby arms. I kind of want to make the smile a little bit wider. Just a smidge. No, maybe I go even tinier. And just... and a little higher up. It's a delicate thing with simple faces. The mouth is a little lower on the ref, so I'm going to lower it, I guess. Like that. Okay, it's kind of cute. And the chin or whatever, it's a little smaller. A little smaller. Bring that in. Okay, I'm not hating where I'm going with that. I do want to exaggerate it a little bit more, I think. Ooh, not like that. Put it here. I can get the name of it off the screen because if you come in and see it, you know what I'm doing, right? If I could add Animal Crossing NPCs, what would be their names, animal types, and what would they do? What would they do, I think, is the hardest question because I'm trying to think of like gameplay features that I'd like to see. I think I mentioned in a video 100 years ago that I would love to see in Animal Crossing either... They're never going to do a DLC now. So I guess the next Animal Crossing game would be set in a city. And you could do, like... You could customize, like, an apartment. I know it's kind of antithetical to what Animal Crossing is like this retreat in the woods. But, like, maybe you have the woods is, like, the starting point, and then you can travel to the city and, like, customize apartments for, like, the city dwellers. And there would be, like, a big rat landlord or something. That's, like, the first thing that comes to my mind. Is, like, a big skeevy rat landlord that runs the apartments, and you can customize them for all the city dwellers. And you'd have, like, rat villagers and pigeon villagers and whatever else lives in a city, you know? I think that would be really cute. As, like, a DLC add-on to the next big Animal Crossing title. It has to be Rizzo then? Yeah. Rizzo the rat. Rizzo the rat landlord. Because I would love to decorate little tiny apartments in Animal Crossing. I think that would be a lot of fun. It would be fun to be able to decorate, like, the apartment lobby and the hallways, too. And, like, touch up the outside of the apartment building from the street view to decorate it. Like, you know, so many ideas could come from the city expansion. I mean, they had city life, but that wasn't really it was like a couple stores, right? I mean, like, apartments, busy streets with little cars, and, like, a whole big bustling animal metropolis. Not quite Zootopia level, but, like, somewhere in between city life and Zootopia level city, I think would be really cool. The Herbs version of Animal Crossing, Vermin Station. You know what? Somebody needs to pull a Pal World and do, like, a complete knockoff of Animal Crossing that's set in the city that's just all, like, edgy humor and, like, rats and pigeons and city filth, and, like, I'd buy it. Like, somebody get on that quick. 9 forms of alchemy: vanilla cream, caramel swirl, ruby swirl, matcha cream. Ooh, matcha cream. Lemon cream, salted cream, mint cream, and rainbow swirl. Ooh, yeah, the Animal Crossing Trump Tower. Yeah, you could put your own name on it in big gold letters. Your character's name or whatever. Or it would be the name of the rat landlord just plastered everywhere. And the goal of your character would be to buy the building from him because he's like a slumlord that's falling apart, and you upgrade it and make the apartment nice for everyone. I like improvement games like that, where gradually stuff gets better over time. I've never played Pal World. I'm allergic to, like, the like Great Value knockoff Pokemon look of it because I'm picky about what games I play based on graphics. But I respect the hustle of putting some fire under the Pokemon company's butt to, like, make games that people actually want to play. Like, I can't knock that because everybody seems to love the gameplay of Pal World, so, like, more power to them. Just I am snobby about, like, if I'm playing. There was a couple Harvest Moon not Harvest Moon, they're Story of Seasons now, that, like, I can't remember if it was Harvest Moon or Story of Seasons, but there's a couple of those games I didn't download just because I was like, the graphics are kind of not my thing. I'm very picky about that. I could probably play a lot more games that are a lot more fun if I wasn't as picky about how they look, but so be it. It's part of my enjoyment of the game, for real, so if the art style doesn't appeal to me, I'm not playing it. It is more a Minecraft clone. The monsters are cute. Yeah, I've heard the gameplay of it is really fun. Just not my thing, but I'm glad people are enjoying it. Ooh, and then you get to, I wonder what the shiny matcha one looks like. I'd look it up, but I'm in the zone right now. I'm trying to figure out. So what I'm doing right now is I have the really rough sketch. I'm going to do another rough sketch on top that like is a little bit more stylized, and then I'm going to do some flat color like I did with Inch the Worm. Maybe I'm not going to do it as finished as Inch or Molly, but I want to do some color. I'm feeling colorful shapes. So I'm going to flesh this out. I want to do these kid scissor shapes again. And then I think I'll do a clipping mask and I'll do like these chunks out for the shading of the frosting. I have a vision for how I want to do that. And then I want to really exaggerate these like frosting bangs shapes. Something like that. And then the face isn't that wide, or at least it's obscured by the whipped cream ears. So I'm going to bring these in a little bit, especially if they're not running into the hands. I can bring that in a little bit, I think. Yeah, that looks a little better. And then I kind of want to make the eyes a little bigger. They're a little taller and narrower on the ref, but I think I just want to make it bigger and cuter in general. So let's do that. It looks pretty good. Alright, alright. I like that. Maybe some strawberries on a cake using just the whipped cream as a blanket and then the cake as a bed. Aww. That is cute. I like that idea. What I'm thinking, I think I mentioned in the, I posted a video today that was like a chopped down version of the Molly live streams. I mentioned 2 ideas I wanted to do. I want to do a scene of like a bunch of kids on like a playground. I'm thinking animal kids because I want to see how far I can get with my portfolio being all like little animal people and inanimate objects and stuff, because that's what I love to draw. I know it's probably better to have a portfolio full of human kids, but they say to make your portfolio only what you want to do, and I don't want to draw humans hardly ever, so I'm not gonna for as long as I can. So I'm gonna do some animal kids playing on a playground like across a 2-page spread, and then I want to do like Redwall fan art with a wink where it's just like a bunch of animals having a feast. Like I don't want to necessarily have it be Redwall, but like Redwall inspired. A bunch of animals having a bunch of delicious looking food and animals clanging around in the kitchen and, you know, a fun, lively scene like that. So those are like the 2 big ideas I have in my head. And I'm trying to get the hang of this like style before I take on a big project like that that's going to take me hours and hours to do, you know. Gotta warm up with all the small stuff first. Otters in space, that would be cute too. Let's see. The form part, like matcha, is what's replaced by being shiny. The shiny all look the same except for the form part, so it would be a shiny ribbon or shiny strawberry, not a shiny matcha. Oh, I see. Yeah, that does make sense. You're not a wimp like in Pokemon. You whip out a Glock and get... Yeah, you know what Pokemon does need is guns, you know? Or what was the one that was set in, like, Pokemon England? They should have given you knives or something to stab people with. I don't know. I don't know. That's what Pokemon's missing. It almost looks like a little pig hoof the way I did it just there. Maybe I need to curl. Yeah, okay. Curl the finger back in on itself. I'm gonna make it a little fatter on the end and then curl it in. And then make this finger round instead of pointy, because, yeah, it looks less like a pig hoof if I do it like that. Okay. Then it just looks like a cute little chubby hand. Okay. That's better. That's better. I like that. And okay. And now do the eyes. I kind of like this size of them better than the original that I did. And I always got to do my stuff cross-eyed because I think it's cute. The bane of my existence are clients that don't understand that eyes in cartoons look cuter when they're crossed. So they'll ask me to uncross the eyes, and I'll show you what that looks like. So like, okay, I'll do cute crossed eyes. Maybe not that crossed, I'm exaggerating, but like I'll do something like this and send it to them. And they go, can you uncross the eyes? And I say, sure. And then I send them this. And they say, perfect. Yeah, my clients do not have the best taste, but we love them anyway because they pay my bills and let me draw for a living, so you know, it is what it is. No, you're making sense. I totally get it. It's just I can't be bothered to look up a ref right now, but I'm curious now about all the different variations of these little guys because they're very cute. So I'll have to look that up in my free time after I get off stream. I don't want to be on too much later than 10, to be honest. I'm a little sleepy already, and it's not even like 9 o'clock. But I do want to get some of these flat colors done, and then start another request around 9:10, 9:15, and then go to 10, and then call it a wraps. I think that's what we're going to do. Galar. Oh, Sword and Shield was England. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that one they should have given you knives or something. What college did I go to for art school? I personally would not recommend art school unless there's a specific thing that you really want to deep dive on. Like, for instance, the first college that I went to was Adrian College in Adrian, Michigan, and I went for fine art or studio art because I was really interested in painting at the time. I wasn't really like sure of what I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted it to be art, and I thought I could do paintings and do gallery shows and stuff like that. And that is a separate dream I have for later in my life. I want to do like abstract oil paintings and do gallery shows. Like, that's another life goal of mine, totally separate from this. But I found like I was like a year and a half, 2 years into that, and my heart really wanted to get into something more like cartoons, animation. I just felt a drive to do that. So then I did the Disney College program for a semester between transferring colleges. I transferred to Grand Valley State University, where I finished out my degree in film and video with an emphasis in animation. That kind of screwed me over because I only ended up taking 2 actual animation courses in that entire degree because not enough students signed up for the other animation courses. So I got a film degree. I got a lot of experience doing video editing, sound editing, lighting design, and I liked all that stuff, and I would happily do that again, but it wasn't really what I wanted. So I say, if you are going to go to art school, do your research, make sure it's a focused program that's focused on something that you really, really, really care about and really know that you're passionate about and want to do. Because otherwise you're spending a lot of time and a lot of money just aimlessly kind of doing creative things, and like, it's not a waste because like here I am doing film and video now, right? Like, clearly I still like it in some capacity, but maybe it's not exactly what you want. So like, if you really are you know, I want to get into animation, look for the best animation programs in your state or your country. If you really want to do fine art, painting, find the best schools for that program, and not just find a school that's convenient that offers that program. Like with Grand Valley, I was like, well, it's in state and it offers animation and it's not that expensive compared to the last school I was at. Let's just do it. So put a little bit more thought into it than me, I would say, if you're going to do art school. And if you're not sure and you don't have a focus, definitely recommend going to community college for 1 to 2 years, because you're going to need those basic requirements for any degree anyway, like English, science, math. So knock out all that stuff at community college or whatever your equivalent is overseas. I don't know if you're overseas. Do all that stuff first and then find a focus if you really are not sure what you want to do. That's my advice. But a lot of stuff you can learn on the internet these days. So if you're stressing about the expense of it and you don't know and you're on the fence, learn as much as you can online on your own. And then if you feel the need to get further education, you can always do that anytime in your life. There's no big rush. So that's my advice. I hope it helps. Okay, it is 8:50. I got like 15-20 minutes before I want to do a new request. So I'm happy with the shapes that these are right now. I'm going to delete the other sketch layer. We're going to keep it real simple. And then I'm going to do the same thing I was doing with Inch the Worm. I'm going to work from bottom layer to top layer and do all these solid shapes and then go from there. Ooh, and I don't want to use... Ooh, actually, maybe instead of dry ink, I will use the sketch brush because it's soft. It's like softer and creamier looking than the frosting. So, or it's soft and creamy looking like frosting versus the dry ink, which is a little scratchy. So maybe I'll stick to this for this particular character. Yeah, I kind of like that. Gives it like kind of a cloudy, soft look. Okay. I'm digging that. Do this. Solid shape. Fix this stuff. And you can change the color threshold fill, but like with brushes that are, I'll show you, you can slide your pen to the right to increase the threshold and fill more of that gap up. But as you can see, it doesn't fully go away because this brush is kind of just messy around the edges. So I like to lower it so I can clearly see where the mess is, and then I just go in on top and fix it. I wish there was an easier way to do color fills that like understood messy brushes like that, but it's not so bad. And we're gonna lower the opacity so I can see what I'm doing on top for now. You just want that one? Yeah. I want to find something that's similar to it to recommend to people, because I don't like recommending paid brushes unless it's like, this is the most amazing brush on the planet. It's really good. I'll have to analyze, like, what is it about this brush that's so nice? It's like soft and grainy and then a little fuzzy on the edges. There's got to be a dupe, you know? It's got to be a dupe. But the whole brush set, I would say, is worth it if you like want to ask for a gift from someone or something. Like, there's a lot of really good brushes in that set, in my opinion. I use the two the most, but sometimes I'll dive into that folder I have of them. Where are they at? Jing Paint. Sometimes I dive into these because some of these are cool, like this edge control. If you have a hard edge that needs to be softened up, that's beautiful. You can do really nice effects with that. Here I am just advertising some random brush set. This dirt one's really interesting to add some like soft sponginess. Like, they're good brushes, so I highly recommend the whole set. I just happen to use these two, Round Render and Sketch Taper, like all the time. They're just my go-tos, hence they're in my toolbox folder. These are the go-tos. They're the old standbys. But yeah, all of those Jing sketch brushes are really, really good. Really versatile. I love them. And just drawing these chunky paws here. No, I feel that. That's why, like, see, I have all these brushes on the left. I'll dig into these like maybe 5% of the time. 95% of the time, I'm just in my toolbox folder. But I understand if it's like overstimulating to have this long list, you know, I get that. So I'm not gonna judge if that's your thing, but I just keep the ones that I use all the time in my toolbox, and everything else I just poke into when I need something that I don't already have in the toolbox. It's like rifling through the junk drawer to find a blue pen because you need a blue pen for something instead of your go-to black pen, you know. You just need that one-off thing. And yeah, my taste in like line art and stuff has changed a lot too, and like I used to worry so much about things having really sharp, clean, this is a horrible brush to demonstrate that, but like studio pen, nice, sharp, clean line art. Now I like it gritty, soft, kind of wonky. Like, yeah, my tastes have changed as well. We're gonna taper this arm a little down to make it match. See how like this one narrows out at the end? I'm trying to match that without just copying and pasting, because that's cheating. I will copy and paste stuff sometimes, but I like to avoid that when I can. Alright, that's not bad. And we will change the colors of this before I wrap this one up for now. Put a pin in it and come back to it next week. I would like to do more of these colored pieces. I liked the black and white sketches last time, and maybe I'll do more of those too. I'm just trying to mix it up, see what the people like. And I mean, if I'm doing these little golden book style streams, maybe I should do more in that style. That's my thought process. These colors are horrible. They're only temporary. Just picking stuff that I can see. Okay. We're gonna do the face next, because that goes on top. Oops. No, I want this to be totally round, actually. Better. And I'm really into, I feel like I need to loosen up in general, because I follow like a lot of illustration groups, and some of my favorite art, they've drawn stuff super crudely, almost the way a kid would draw it, but then the color choices they use and the simplicity of it, it makes it look more mature and like an advanced artist did it. I don't know how to explain it. It's like advanced kid art. It's just beautiful, and I have a hard time letting go of that. Like, oh, it doesn't look right. It's like, yeah, but it looks good. Who cares, you know? That's been a thing I've been trying to unlearn. So it doesn't have to be, like, I'm not doing Magic the Gathering cards where, like, you need to have anatomy that makes sense and realistic rendering and stuff. I'm doing, like, stylized illustrations, cartoons. Like, it is totally fine and, in fact, good to have stuff that's wrong that just looks cool. Like, lean into it. Embrace it. It does not need to be perfect. It just needs to be cute and cool. There's a lot of ways up that mountain. There's a lot of ways to make stuff look cool that are not technically correct. These colors are giving me a headache. I'm so sorry, everyone. This is literally my process, though. If I was sitting here alone doing this, it would be just the same. Just pick the most hideous colors just to get it blocked in. And then next would be the ears. Just big purple, whatever. Do that. I do want to figure out a good way to get this like random picker window up on stream, but like I'm so terrified of crashing my stream that I don't want to mess with it. It's going so well. It hasn't crashed once all night. The aspect ratio is right. I don't want to jinx it. But I'd like to have just a little, like, a way to just pop it up in the corner when I do select the next request, just to show you all that it's picking something at random. You're just gonna have to trust me, everyone. You're just gonna have to trust me. I like the visual, though. If I'm a viewer, I'd want to see the thing picking it. It's pumpkin pie, yeah. Ooh, a pumpkin spice one for fall would be really cute. I'm just so happy I figured out the aspect ratio thing. It was making me insane, and like, none of the viewers noticed, because like, how would they know that it's squished unless they can see what I can see? What it was doing is, there was a setting that's like output rescaling or something, because I set all the output settings to 1920 by 1080, regular YouTube stuff. And then there's one thing that's like, would you like to rescale it? And it was rescaling it to the proportions of my MacBook screen, which is like 14 by 10 aspect ratio or something totally weird. So it just squished in the screen a little bit. And that was my mistake for not checking that setting. It was making me an insane person. I was following YouTube tutorials about, oh, you put the screen that's the size of your screen underneath everything in OBS, whatever. None of that worked, so I'm glad I figured it out. I feel more confident streaming now because it doesn't look completely like amateur hour. It's like I got the good lighting, there's no crashing, and it's the correct aspect ratio. Like I'm feeling, now we're cooking with fire, you know? We got background music. This is professional stuff here. Sorry to ruin the pumpkin pie with the green here. Been doing more flat colors and textured line art, very different. Yeah, it's good to experiment with stuff like that. If you're just feeling something different, just try it out. That's cool. It's nice when other creative people come talk to me on stream or leave comments in my videos. I admittedly don't watch a ton of other creative content. I will once in a while when I'm in the mood, or like I want to see how an artist approached a specific character, or see how different people color stuff and learn a few things. But I don't watch a ton of other creative people just because I get burnt out doing client work most of the day and drawing on my own. I'm like, the last thing I want to do is watch creative stuff. So I'm like incredibly flattered that anybody who's also doing anything creative is sitting here watching me. I find that very flattering, so thank you. You could be spending your time anywhere else in this world, and you're spending it here with me tonight. It's great. I mainly watch like queso Dress to Impress streams and like really stupid stuff. How to cook that with Ann Reardon. You know, real dumb YouTube stuff. YouTube drama videos, whatever. The latest 4-hour video essay about whatever. It's good background noise. I hope I'm not too quiet. I feel like, because I did my video earlier that I posted, and I was like up in the mic like this most of the time, and I bring it into Final Cut, and I had to raise the audio by like 5 decibels just to make it like normal YouTube video volume. But it seems like everybody's hearing me just fine, so I don't know what's up with that. Ann Reardon, yeah, I watched. I didn't finish it. I was mad that she paywalled the rose experiment or whatever, like how to get roses that last longer, because I wanted to know what the answer was. But did she reveal that at the end of the video? Because I only made it halfway through, and then I started doing stream prep stuff. But she's like, you have to find out on my Patreon. I'm like, very clever, but I'm not paying for that. I love you, but I'm not paying for Patreon to see this. Don't tease me like that. But I get, it's like, it's exciting when one of the new Ann Reardon video drops. I want to do a shape almost like this. I don't want it to look too close to the rough. It's going to, because that's just what I'm looking at, and I'm not as familiar with the character to loosen up a little, but a little bit more boomerangy. I don't want it to bump into this chunk of whipped cream hair over there. Okay, that looks okay. That looks okay. Yes, I am streaming again. I'm streaming for the next, like, hour or so. So, working on alchemy. It was a request. I have a list of requests if you'd like to put one in. I had a random list picker thing, pick one from the list, and that's what we're working on. I'm going to block in all the flat colors and get them changed to something more appropriate. And then at 9:15 or so, I'm going to move on to a second request and do that till like 10 and then call it a night. But having a good night so far. Enjoying the chill vibes. I'm very happy to be a source of chill vibes for you. I hope your stress subsides soon. That sounds horrible to deal with. I hope you're feeling better soon. What were we doing? Oh, the eyes. Okay, eyes are next. And I also worked on Inch the Worm from Beanie Babies, which I'll show you in a minute. After I block this in, I'm gonna swap the colors out for something that looks more like the character. And then I'll show anybody who didn't come here at the start of the stream what Inch the Worm is looking like so far. And then get on with request number 2. I'm curious to see what the random picker picks. And I might not even get this far with it. I might just do sketch and then wrap up and then do it next week, you know. Put a pin in it, come back to it. I think at the top of the stream, next stream, we won't do Inch. Well, Inch won't take that long to finish, like 20 minutes and he's done. And then I can finish this one up pretty quick and then do the second request. I don't know. I don't want any of the requests to last too many streams because then other people aren't getting theirs done, you know? So it's a balancing act. It's tough. So I want to draw everyone's, but there's only so many hours where I feel like doing work in a night, so. Maybe I'll do longer streams the better I get at this stuff, you know? That's awesome. I can't believe there's anybody that's like in the waiting room for my streams. That's such a good compliment. Thank you. That's so good. Wanting to make animations in speed paint? Yeah, go for it. The only way to do it is to just do it. It's like the dumbest advice, but you have to just do stuff. Like I kept telling myself I want to stream one day, and I'm like, you have the mic, you have a webcam, you have OBS. Like you can just do it, you know. Just go for it. We're gonna do a clipping mask on top of the eyes. Do the pupils. And then I'm not gonna worry about the shading on all the hair and stuff. That'll be for next week, I think. But I do want to get better colors in here just to give me a good base to work on. You know? Let's do that. I might make them a little bit more crossed because that's just how I roll. Oh, I like this left one actually. I'm gonna squish it just a tiny bit. Okay. And then I'm actually gonna copy and paste that and bring it over. Because I think that's cute. There we go. Been trying to do it since forever. I got scared of being doxxed or something. I worry about that too. I'm always like joking. I'm like, oh god, the GeoGuessr guys are gonna figure out where I'm at from the shade of the shutter blinds in the background or something. But like, I feel unless you're being antagonistic towards people or in the wrong social circles where people are doing that kind of stuff, you really don't run the risk of that. Like, I'm not doing anything offensive. I'm not doing anything to hurt anyone. I'm not doing anything to insult anyone. I'm just sitting here drawing cute stuff. So why would anybody dox me? That's how I feel about it. But if you're not comfortable making stuff and putting it online, I would never force anybody to. I'm just going to encourage you that, you know, you don't have to be afraid, I don't think. But that's just my 2 cents. Take it or leave it. I think as long as you're not getting into trouble, people are probably going to leave you alone. In general. Not hurting anybody making cute stuff. And if somebody did dox you, that would be so rude and awful of them that you could easily just make a call out post for them and everybody would call them the weirdo, you know? Because that's frankly weird behavior. Why are you doxing somebody who's just making art on the internet? You got problems. They're not hurting a soul. But I have those paranoid thoughts too, so like I relate, I understand and I sympathize. Putting yourself out there in the world and life in general is like terrifying. And the internet is potentially millions of people. I remember feeling weird when I had that one Animal Crossing video get 200,000 views. It just made me feel weird and not in a good way. But now I don't think I would care now. I'd be excited. I'd be like, yeah, I get 1 million views. Like, okay, sweet. So my attitude, and I noticed I'm more chill and like have better self-esteem now than I ever had. Because like when I used to make YouTube videos that had my face in them, which I never needed to put my face in videos, I thought that's just what you had to do to be like good at YouTube, you know? I would get so horribly self-conscious about how my face looked, my hair. I'd do take after take, the lighting was wrong, whatever. Today I just like turned on the webcam, got QuickTime open, did a movie recording, and threw together that Molly video in like one sitting, in one take. Like it just, I was like, it looks good enough. Looks good to me. Cause like nobody is analyzing my face the way that I am, and I think I look fine. So frankly, if anybody else thinks I look that hideous, they can either click off the video or boost my engagement by leaving a hate comment. I don't care, you know? You just reach an age or a stage in your self-development where you just don't care. And that's when you're truly free. Exposed as a cutie pie. Thank you. It's doxed for not drawing your favorite villager. That would be very funny. Yeah, people do dox big creators just because they're bored, but like, was anybody in support of somebody doxing Jaden Animations, they probably thought that person was a loser, you know? Nobody's going to be on the doxer's side if the person they're doxing isn't, like, evil. In my opinion. I've never seen that happen. Most people just go, like, you're weird. Like, why do you care? Get a life. You're not hurting anybody. It is frightening that there's people willing to do that, though. So, you know, it's tough. But I have more self-esteem now at 34 than I ever did. Like, I would never go back to being, like, 20-something. Like, 20, 25 even. I like the person I am, and if people don't, there's tens of billions of other things they could be doing with their time, and they can just do that instead. It's not my problem. But I have 7 concurrent viewers on a channel that's been dead for months. I have people that leave me comments on Instagram. Like, people still care. I'm excited by that. And even if it's me talking to myself, cool, because I need a creative outlet that is not client work. It's good for my health. It's good for my sanity. It's good for my development as an artist, so I'm just gonna do it anyway. Hackers, shooters, and so on. These are just real rough color passes, by the way. I'm just getting something blocked in for next week. And then I'm gonna do the random picker for thing number 2. They touch no grass, exactly. Starts adding shading, yeah. I know. This is a pretty basic amount of shading and texture though, right? I got lost in the sauce there for a second. I was just liking how those strawberries were looking. Called out. See, there's my call out. We're gonna do these just slightly lighter, just so I can see the difference between them and the other layers. Just gonna leave it like that right now. Okay. And then the face, we gotta turn the opacity all the way up. My audience, whenever I make good animations, is just gonna be my family and friends at first. That's totally fine. I had a couple real life friends pop in here to say hello. That's chill. Yeah, and even if it's just you talking to yourself, even better. Like, I kind of wish my first stream it was just like nobody, because I had so many like technical errors, and God, last stream crashed like a few times. I appreciate that people came, but it's almost like, let me work out the technical stuff in peace, you know? But it was good. It was nice to see people care. Hello, fellow artist here. Your thumbnail enticed me. Thank you so much. I like my live stream thumbnail too. I'm happy it caught somebody's eye. I was kind of worried. I was like, I don't know if it's too simple and not like YouTube enough. You know, with arrows. I don't know what the YouTube meta is for thumbnails now. I feel like it's shifting more towards just, like if it's a vlog, the thumbnail that gets most people to click is one that's just a freeze frame of the actual vlog. I think people are gravitating to that more like real look, you know? I think people are over the Mr. Beast over-edited thumbnail, but I don't know. Maybe that's just my taste. I haven't been in the YouTube game in a minute. I don't know what the meta is. Stop watching drama videos of penguins calling people out. Yeah, if you're watching stuff that like makes you feel bad, just tune into something else. If it makes you feel like scared of doing something you want to do or whatever, just stop watching it. What do they call it on TikTok? They call it like a media diet or a content diet or something. It's like the way that if you're trying to lose some weight, you wouldn't sit and eat cake all day. Like if you're trying to make art, maybe don't watch stuff that like discourages you from that in any way or makes your mental health worse, or you know. Cute animals always win, yes. And I'm very proud of that bear piece that's in the live stream thumbnail. I love that bear. That was based on, I'll have to pull up when I do, because I want to do another animal in that style, I'll have to pull up the exact golden book that was the inspiration for that bear. Because you'll see exactly what I'm talking about when I get to show you. It's on my bookshelf somewhere, but I can't be bothered to go find it now. Alright, it's 9:15 now. I'm going to wrap up the progress here and put a pin in this for this evening. this is where we're at with alchemy tonight. So pretty good base. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. I'm waving my hand around like this. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, but we'll come back to it. But I think not a bad start for like an hour's worth of work. Not bad at all. All right, so I'm gonna put a pin in that. I'm gonna save these reference pictures to a folder on my desktop real quick, so I have that for next week. Desktop, save. Okay. And then where did that list thing go? Okay, accept all cookies. Wrong thing. Where did that list tool go? Where in the heck? Okay, go back. List picker tool. It was the first thing I googled too. Online random picker. Pick a random item from a list. All right. We are going to copy the list over from my desktop here. Put it into this tool. Oh, it saved it from last time. I don't even need to. I'm going to remove cake Pokemon from the list, and I'm going to add... What was the other one? That somebody asked for. Sorry. Oh, okay, I got it. Okay. Pick a random item. Drum roll. French Fry the Wish Dragon. Okay, I've never heard of this character before in my life either. So 2 new characters for me. We're going to look up French Fry the Wish Dragon. We're going to do at least a sketch of French Fry here. But I want to show anybody who popped in who was not here at the beginning of the screen. I want to show Inch the Worm, which I did at the top of the stream, just because I want to show what I did tonight so far. Okay, so we got alchemy, and then also we have, where did he go? There he is. Well, I'm gonna get rid of the shoes here. The shoes are not permanent. That's just for a laugh. But this is the progress on Inch the Worm. Maybe kicks next time. Maybe better luck next time. Oh, let me edit the list so that I got rid of French Fry on the list so it doesn't come up again. The good thing about being part of a small audience is you have a much, much, much better chance of your request popping up in the next couple streams or so. So, that's cool. Alright, let's do French Fry the Wish Dragon. This is a really cute little character. I like this kind of floating pose, so I'm going to use that as the ref here. Oh, it's literally just send me a request by typing it in the chat. I add it to a list that's on my desktop, and then I just copy and paste that list into an online random list picker tool thing. It's very high tech. Want to eat your art? Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. I love hearing that my art is edible. I'm always going for that. Okay, so let's do another 10 by 10, 10 by 10, 300 DPI, RGB. Beautiful. Let's do another. Want to do a golden book thing, Mike? Yeah, if you want to do a commission, links in the description. I think it's just alyssaaaron.com/comms, COMMS, I think, is like the submission form, and it gives you an idea of what I charge for this kind of stuff now. If it's not that, it's alyssaaaron.com/tree, which should also link to the commission page. I'm trying to figure out all my social stuff right now, so one of those 2 links. Alright. Sketch render taper. Fwench. Fwy. Okay. Just so people know what I'm doing if they're popping in. Okay. So I'm just looking at the shapes. Big round head. It's like a fat little beanbag body. Like rabbit feet almost, which is really cute. I don't know if this... Oh, this is like fan art. Let me see what's the... I want to make sure I'm not... This is like fan art style, because the feet are really cute, but I think that's fan art. I don't think that's like canon. Okay, let's go to the Chicken Nugget wiki. Yeah, it is stubbier feet than that. The fan art's really cute, though. Shout out to Candy Likes Comics on DeviantArt, which came up when I typed in French Fry the Wish Dragon. Okay, he has little stubby tubby feet. Okay. Cute. Oh, I like that it looks like he's bouncing on his tail in this one. That is really, really cute. I don't know anything about this, like, show or whatever this is. This is just a really cute character. Okay. Spreading commissions. It is luck for me. So I do a mix of stuff. I sell art on Fiverr.com, which I don't recommend for a lot of reasons, but I got started on there in 2012, and I've built up a customer base from there. And then through word of mouth, their friends or family or whatever say, hey, I need art too, and then I can link them to my website, and then they approach me about what they need directly. Or just SEO, like sometimes people will just Google Illustrator Chicago whatever, and like I'll pop up and they'll like my style. Or somebody will randomly run into my stream, or I just started streaming, but somebody will run into my YouTube channel and send me an email through my commission form, or, you know, just luck. I don't advertise a lot. I don't do like paid ads or anything like that. I'm sure if I did Facebook ads or something, I'd have more success, but I don't know. A lot of luck, a lot of getting a handful of clients and then asking them to refer their friends, family, whatever to you. Just building that network of like good clients, and expanding that over the years. So I've been doing this stuff since 2012. Somehow always have enough random stuff coming in. Knock on wood. Yeah, it's RNG. Exactly. Complete luck. It's luck and skill, because if you don't have the skill, nobody's going to hire you. But I don't consider myself a highly skilled artist. I think I'm good at what I do, and I think I make my clients happy. But I wouldn't consider myself like in the top even like 50% of artists on the planet, if I'm being real. But it doesn't matter. You have a distinct style that's very you. You have a thing that people know you for and seek you out for, and people like it and they come back, usually when they're happy. You make a client very happy, you treat them like they're important, and under promise and over deliver always. So like if a client needs something in a week, you say, I don't know, that's going to be kind of hard, you know, I'll do my best, and then you deliver it in 3 days and you look like a hero, you know, that kind of thing. Build really good, trusting relationships with your clients, and it will grow over time. And a lot of luck. Okay, so we're going to do small little stubby wubby feet and a big fat, like, Yoshi tail, but like even fatter. Should I draw him reading a book too? That'd be kind of cute. No, we're gonna do like a little wave hello maybe with this like claw here, and then this one kind of flailing here. If I was just getting started now, since I have like a weird client base because it's all based on like Fiverr and stuff, which tough. It's very tough. You're competing with like AI scammers, you're competing with clip art scammers. If you're not already top rated, it's hard to get that base up, and then Fiverr takes 20%, so that's a yikes. So I don't recommend that. Maybe if I was just starting, I would post a lot of fan art on Twitter or Threads, actually, Instagram Threads. Threads is very like corporate and like Facebook boomer level posts, but the algorithm on there is very good for discovery, in my opinion. Like, you'll get 100 likes on something when you only have like 5 followers. It's built to like get your stuff out to as many people as possible. It's kind of like TikTok in that way, where like you can have 1 follower and have a video that gets 10 million views just because of the algorithm. So try Threads, try Instagram posts, Instagram Reels if you're into making video content, Twitter, X, whatever. Fan art always does better than original art. It's just the way of the world. So pick things you really care about, that you really love. Don't just do stuff just because it's trending, unless you only care about views. But for the good of your soul, you should do fan art of stuff that you care about. Or if you're not into fan art, do art of stuff that's trending that you love. Like, say there's an animal that's going viral, like what's that orange dog that's like a thing right now on Twitter that I keep seeing, this orange dog that they do like videos where they jokingly shame the dog for stealing roast duck. Like, do fan art of that, you know, like that would pop off too. find stuff that is relevant for the algorithm that you also love and care about, and post a lot. Do you have Patreon or Discord where people can talk to you outside of live stream? I do not have a Discord, only because I'm like, this is my thing I'm paranoid about. We talked about being paranoid about doxing. There's so many like random scandals with like, oh, there's horrible, evil people in so-and-so's Discord and they weren't moderated out. I do not have the time or patience to moderate a Discord or get to know people well enough that I can trust to moderate a Discord, and I'm trying to cultivate an all ages friendly space. And I could not sleep at night knowing that there's a risk of somebody feeling uncomfortable or harmed in something that has my name on it. So for that reason, I'll never do a Discord. Like, I don't want anything to do with anything that could get any kid uncomfortable or hurt or anything like that. So personally, I'll never do Discord. Patreon, I might do in the future. I have a really hard time committing to stuff long term as far as like content. Like, I'll get a burst of energy where I do stuff for like a few months consistently and I just drop off the face of the earth. So I don't want to do Patreon just yet. But if I get good at this streaming thing and I build up an audience and people really like it, that's a possibility. But I'm gonna say no to Discord. Just because I couldn't sleep if like somebody was uncomfortable in a server that's supposed to be something just fun for art, you know? That would make me feel really sad. Patreon, possibility. But if you want to reach out to me to just send me an email with questions or anything like that, alyssaaaronart@gmail.com or alyssaaaron.com has a contact form. Just shoot me a message on that, and I'm happy to answer questions. I'm not like exclusive like that, and I don't have a huge audience, so I couldn't justify paywalling answering questions, you know? Do loads of fan art, yeah. Trying to draw other things. Artist struggle, wanting to draw but not. That's exactly why I started streaming, is to like kind of force me to do stuff that's not client work. It's to do something that's for the fun of it, because a lot of fun goes out of drawing when you do it for your primary source of income. It does suck a lot of the fun out of it. You think if you do what you love every day, you know, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. Do what you love for work and you'll never love it again, you know? It's kind of the opposite, but I want to love it again. I do love drawing cute cartoons, so this is for my own sanity and happiness more than anything. I might come back to this one only because like what is it, 9:30? I wanted to get off here at 10. We're going to do a real rough sketch. We're not even going to block in the colors on this one tonight because I need more reference pictures of the hands to figure them out, like the size and everything. The one I'm looking at is not ideal ref for the hands. Oh, so I'm going to put a pin on it, but I want to get the rest of it figured out. So this one will not be as finished as the Al Creamy one. We'll have to come back next week. Maybe I'll only do requests next week and I'll just put a pin in Inch for another week or two. He won't take that long to finish, but if I'm going to finish anything next stream, I want to finish at least one of the requests, if not both, and then get on to another request before the stream ends, you know? I want to keep the requests coming, because that's fun. I like doing new stuff. It's Funchfly, yes. I've never heard of Funchfly. Can anybody let me in on this? Like, what is Chicken Nugget? Is this like an online web series? Is this like a cartoon on TV, you know? You tried Ko-Fi at first. After no luck, I got rid of that, made it so people could just contact me. Yeah, I set up a Ko-Fi coffee. Yeah, I guess it's coffee because the thing was you could pay for a cup of coffee. I set up a coffee, whatever, Ko-Fi, when Neopets was doing like a fan art program where you could submit your coffee page and get approved to sell official Neopets fan art commissions. And then they just never reached out to me, so I assumed that they picked a bunch of other people, so L for that for me, because I do want to do Neopets commissions, but let's see. It's French fry. Okay, just making sure I didn't miss anybody else's messages, because I was lost in the sauce over here for a second. It's an online series, Chicken Nugget. Where do people... I guess it's on YouTube, right? Because Newgrounds isn't much of a thing these days, except for, what, Friday Night Funkin' is like the only Newgroundsy thing that's like popping with the kids now. Unless Newgrounds had a renaissance and I missed out on it, you know? Just YouTube? Okay. I'll have to check it out because the character's really cute. Hello! Hello, little raccoon. Little heart raccoon. I'm happy people are actually discovering the stream through YouTube. I was kind of like curious about discoverability on YouTube versus like Twitch or whatever. I was gonna try dual casting to Twitch, but like if I'm gonna do this, I want to make it as simple for me as possible so that I don't have any obstacles in my mind going, I don't want to set up this and troubleshoot. I wanted to make it easy, and I'm familiar with YouTube's interface, so I'm just doing it here. Because I was looking into, oh, how do I simulcast on Twitch and TikTok, and it's too much work for me. Personally. I know and understand YouTube, and my audience is already on YouTube, so I was like, well, hopefully it works on YouTube. Hopefully there's discoverability. Okay. Maybe make the tail a little less chubby just so I can get this nice like silhouette of the foot here. That's a little better. And then make this foot, the feet are even smaller than I drew them. They're like teeny weeny. Teeny weeny little feet. Yeah, that's a little more like the ref I'm looking at. Chubby little legs, teeny little feet. Very cute character. And this is going to be the underside of the foot, so like that. And then I kind of want to separate this hand a bit, so... No, I kind of like it where it was. I like it where it was. We're keeping it. Just doing art on the side. Awesome. I was just talking about how flattering it is when other creative people tune into me, because I don't personally consume a ton of creative stuff because I get burned out on thinking about drawing. I draw for a living. I do freelance illustration outside of this, so I get burnt out on it. So I'm extremely flattered that other creative people are tuning in. I think that's really sweet that you're choosing to spend your time here with me. I think that's nice. It's nice seeing an artist stream that's a little smaller, makes it a lot more personal. Yeah, I'm just starting. This is my third stream. This is like my first stream. It feels like, because this is the first stream where I actually figured out that the aspect ratio was wrong. Like my first two streams, if you look, they're on my channel. It's like squished in a little bit, like, and the stream crashed like 3 times last stream, like total mess. So you're seeing the beginnings of, I've been doing YouTube videos on and off for a few years, like very on and off. But this is my first real foray into streaming, so you're here at the start. So if this ever turns into anything, you can say you were here from day one, basically. I'd consider this day one. This is the first stream with no major crashes or technical issues, so it might as well be. It's going well. I'm very happy. I think the music's still going, right? Okay. I had an issue. The last stream got like copyright restricted, which I don't care. It's not a monetized stream anyway, you know? But I wanted to figure it out to troubleshoot for the future, and it was like the lo-fi sample in the playlist that said it was DMCA free on Spotify was a sample from Zelda or Mega Man or something, and that got flagged. And I'm like, well, you get people playing entire like video game soundtracks wholesale and they never get flagged, so I'm like, forget it. I'll just go back to the Animal Crossing playlist. It should be like lo-fi Animal Crossing mixes. You're gonna do great. Thank you so much. You know, if I just keep consistent and keep making the audience happy, I think I'll do just fine. And it's fun to try no matter what, so even if it's just no more than 10 viewers every week forever, that's fine. It's a cool way to hang out on a Friday night. Not doing anything else real exciting over here, so it's fun to chill out with some people and draw a bit. These feet look different sizes to me. We're gonna leave them right now. And then I'm going to take this messy sketch. I'm going to scale it up. And then I'm going to do slightly less messy lines on top. That's what we're doing. Oop. Lower the opacity of that. And then this will be what I base my shapes on when I do that part. I might have time to start blocking in some shapes, actually. I'm kind of flying through this one. I'm gonna look up different ref of the character right now because I want to fix this arm. Yeah, because the arm looks different in these other ones. That's like way cuter and chubbier and rounder at the end. Okay. Yeah, this needs fixing. We're gonna fix this right now. Yeah, this like claw, this like actual like human hand. Like the other one looks fine. Yeah, I just needed better ref. What was I doing? What was I thinking? Okay. See, kids, this is the importance of having multiple reference images open at once so you don't do stuff like this. And then make these cute and chubby little hairs like right here. So what was I doing with that like little goblin hand? My goodness. Alright. Little paw pad and then cute chubby stubby fingers. This looks so much better. Oh my god. This looks so much better than what I had before. Okay. That's way better. Oh my god. Alright. And then I'm just gonna make this a little closer to the body and a little more round and then stubbier claws. Right? Because it's kind of like Powerpuff Girls hands where it's like just that. Okay. Cool. Like that. That is so much better than it was. Oh my god. Okay. Now we'll go back to this layer. Do a little bit of this. That's so much better. Oh my god. Let's see. I wish I could show the 10 AC villagers I designed to see what you think. You can tag me if you post that stuff on social media, or if you don't want to post on social media, shoot me a message through my contact form or email me at alyssaaaronart@gmail.com with whatever you want to show me, and I'll get back to you when I get a minute. But happy to take a look if you want to show me stuff. But yeah, always open for if you sketch something and you want me to look at it, hit me up. Tag me on social media. I want to see what you guys are making. I'm curious. Okay, I think that's cute. I like the little... Maybe it's even smaller than that, though. The hand. Like a little... And a little more... How do you say? Like, beanbaggy. Like, it's not as narrow of an arm. It's like... Yeah, like Powerpuff Girls. Okay. I'm into that. Alright. And then fat little body. Fat little leggies. Little teeny weeny feeties. My feet are still bigger than the ref. They're like little itty bitty feet. Teeny. Illegally small. Wonder what the next game will be like. I was talking about this earlier. My dream is that, you know how they had like City Life or Let's Go to the City or whatever they called it overseas? I would love if they did one that either the main part of the game or as an expansion or DLC or whatever, you could go to a more metropolitan, like somewhere in between City Life and Zootopia. I described it like a city, a proper city with a scuzzy rat landlord, and you can decorate the apartments, and you know, that's the dream for me. Oh, I wish the new Switch would have an AC game. I wish they would make a Switch Pro already. It's been how many years since Switch dropped? Like, come on. Let's get cooking that up, Nintendo. I need it. I don't know why they're leaving so much money on the table either. Like, I know it was a unique lightning in a bottle thing that, like, that game dropped at the perfect time when everybody had all the time in the world to kill and play together. But they could have done so much more with it. It's such a letdown. There could have been more updates, more DLC. People would have easily shelled out more for more content for that game, but Nintendo is allergic to money or something. I don't know. I'll never understand. Truly will never understand. And then I want to do kind of a funky moon shape that's not perfectly round. Something like that. Okay. And then maybe a little more funky and googie with these little sparkle things. Like that. Okay. I think that's cool. And then push these shapes a little bit beyond the initial sketch. Just like really Really have fun with it. Rumors that the next one would be based on a city with vehicles. It'd be the ultimate Animal Crossing game. That would be my dream. Please make it happen. Could you imagine you could like customize the cars and bikes and stuff for the villagers too? Like you could pick their mode of transport and like customize it. That would be so cute. Some villagers would have, maybe they'd make them all have bikes or whatever, and it's just like the NPCs that have cars or something. I don't know, but that would be so cute. Some of them have little Vespas, scooters. I would love that. Nintendo Direct. Yeah, if it's just like, you know, my uncle works at Nintendo, but you know what? I'm going to choose to believe that rumor just because it serves my interests, so I'm choosing to believe that it's true. And I will have my hopes crushed at a later date when it turns out to be completely false. But for now, I'm clinging on to that hope. Alright. I'm liking the way the shapes are going here. It is 9:42. I think I have time to block in some shapes here, guys. Oh, the hair, the tuft of hair on the head. I'm like, this character's looking a little bald. Yeah, because there's hair like this. Bam. Knocked it out on the first try. Oh my gosh. And then accidentally undid it. Wow. Okay. Beautiful. I would just lean in. Just if your uncle really does work for Pokemon, just like lean in. It's like, yeah, my uncle at Pokemon told me, just lean into it. Oh, I would go crazy with the 360 camera. It would be like simultaneously overwhelming because you have to think about how your decor looks from all those angles. So that's a little overwhelming, but also the possibilities for like world building, for like horror themed worlds that you could do, like that would be very exciting. That would truly like shake up the genre if you could do 360, or at least like maybe like 3 fixed angles even, just to spice it up a little bit. That would be something. Because I do like planning decor based on like you can do some visual tricks because you know that's how people are going to view it. But I think that's just people being creative rather than like, it's people working creatively within restrictions rather than it being preferable to having a 360 camera, if that makes sense. All right, so I'm going to go in. I'm kind of liking the sketch brush for this guy too, but let's do my beloved dry ink. And we're going to work from bottom layer to top layer, again, making some solid shapes. I'm getting further on this than I thought I would. I thought I'd just get a sketch done and call it a night, but I'm going to at least block in the basic shapes and then get off here for the evening. Yeah, it would be endless possibilities. It'd be so crazy to do terraforming and imagine how rivers wind around the backs of, like, imagining that you have the ability to terraform the way you do in New Horizons. It might be something completely different, right, if it's a city. But just imagining a New Horizons terraforming, but in 360, like having hidden little reading nooks behind little mountains and hidden camping areas and hidden little horror clues and like behind stuff and around stuff. That would be so interesting. We're not going to make this perfect tonight. That is for next time. Just get the bones in. And I'm just picking random colors, not paying any mind to accuracy or even if they're not headache inducing, just getting them blocked in and dealing with them later. Just giving me some bones to work with next week. Like 3D Mario, yeah. Opens up a whole new, literally a whole new dimension. Quite literally. Oh, I gotta make the eraser dry ink too. Oops. Okay. Then lower the opacity so I can see what I'm doing here. My stomach is growling. I'm gonna have to get a late night snack after this, folks. Get a handful of mixed nuts, maybe an apple with some peanut butter. I ate dinner at like 4 o'clock and now it's gonna be 10 o'clock, so I'm starving Marvin. Didn't really do terraforming. I'm not creative enough. It drove me crazy a little time. Terraforming is very like, it's a double-edged sword, because if you have a plan and you know what you're doing, or if you enjoy freeform terraforming, because some people are insane like that, I need to have a plan, because if I run out of space for something after I just did something, it makes me insane. But if you're a planner that knows what they're doing, or you're a insane person who likes freeform terraforming, it's really relaxing. But if you don't really have a plan in mind, I find it incredibly stressful. I would lay my whole thing out. I would lay my whole island out on those like island planner tools before I even broke ground. Like that's how I played. It was like, have everything planned out, where all the houses are gonna go, how many squares apart they are from each other, how thick the paths are. Like, I planned it all out thoroughly before I did it, just so I knew I had space for everything. Imagine next game they come out with Animal Crossing carts and it's just a racing game. That would be like, it would be such a letdown, but it would be such a letdown, it would be kind of funny. Versus the, like, what they do, like that knockoff Mario Party that everybody hated, that nobody played years and years ago. Be kind of funny to troll everybody like that again, right? A cozy felt like island in Animal Crossing called Napkin. Aww. You're on the hunt for Shep. Shep is a grade A villager, so I wish you the best in your villager hunt. I'm glad people are still playing too. Like, I see people do really cool stuff with their islands and it makes me want to boot the game up and play. I got so inspired one time, forever ago now. Somebody did this water path that actually looked like crystal clear water, because there's some water paths that kind of look like water. This one really looked like water. I was like, this is inspiring me to play the game, and then I just didn't. So I don't know what would inspire me to play again. I guess if I did like a Let's Play series, but I'd have to get a capture card for that, and it's a whole thing. So I don't know if I'll touch New Horizons again. Maybe if I get a really good island idea and just really feel the urge, I'll boot it up again. But I'm glad other people are playing, because it's really cool to see what people are doing with paths and patterns and designs on there still. Kept messing up what I was trying to do and having to undo and redo. No, you're not a dum-dum. The mechanic is just like, it's kind of terrible. It's like so slow. If you could hold down the tool and do a couple squares at once, it would be a little more tolerable. But the fact that you have to do it one by one by one by one, it's kind of excruciating to me if you don't have a plan. It's like, what a nightmare. Alright, we're gonna do this other leg here. Like that. You were obsessed with Shep and wanted him so bad, would always be so upset when the campsite villager wasn't him. Still haven't gotten him, I've lost hope. My advice is I literally bought like bootleg what are they called? Like the amiibo chips or whatever off Etsy, because I am impatient and picky, and if I want a villager, I want a villager. So I just went and bought the stupid NFC tag off Etsy. Like, I have no shame about it. I bought on Etsy. I paid someone to get like all the items in the game by going to their like hacked island to pick up and drop all the items. Like, I have no shame about this stuff. Like, if I want something and I have a vision and I have a goal, I'm just gonna go get it. At first I was playing the game legitimately for like months. I didn't time travel, I didn't whatever. And then I just really wanted to do something specific, and I did not have the patience to do it the old-fashioned way, so, you know, just went full steam. Because I was all about playing in real time for, like, months, and, like, playing legitimately for months when I first got it. I started my island day one. I've never deleted my island, so I have that claim. I've just redone the same island, Pacifica, like 800 times. So it's the original island. But yeah, I have not played legitimately. I have no shame about this kind of junk. I'm just like, if I can pay somebody on Etsy to solve my problem for $5, I'm gonna I'm just gonna have somebody on Etsy do it. Whether that's legal or ethical or whatever, I'll leave that for you people to decide, but I'm happy with my full item catalog and full DIY catalog. So if I ever boot the game up again, I got everything I want, you know? I'm happy as can be with... I'm just so impatient. Lucky enough to get Raymond as Campsite Villager. Nice. Very lucky get. Yes, I played the old school Harvest Moon, like, not super old school, like, not the 64 one, right? But, Wonderful Life, Another Wonderful Life were my favorite games, like, ever, and I was very excited when they did the Story of Seasons Wonderful Life re-release. I got into, like, year 2 of that one and then dropped it because I got distracted with life, but I would like to pick that back up again soon. Maybe do a fresh save and start over. If they ever make a new AC game, they better make the dialogue better. Yes. It was horrible. It was so repetitive and bland. The reason to play New Horizons is for the vibe and for decorating the island and decorating the villagers' houses. It has nothing to do with the villagers themselves, except for how you feel about them and the stories you tell about them. It's like Sims 4, where the gameplay is so hollow. I don't know if it's any better now that they have all these new expansions, but the gameplay of Sims 4 is so hollow that, like, you're literally playing with dolls, where it's like you're just imposing your own stories in your head on these characters. That's how I felt about New Horizons. It's like, I love Hopper. He's, like, one of my favorites, so in my mind, he's much crankier and rougher than he is in the actual game. It's a shame he is not that way in the game. They're not allowed to be rude anymore. They're not allowed to be rude and kind of scary anymore. Like, Rossetti is not scary anymore, you know? What a loss. I guess I understand because it's for all ages, but bring back mean villagers. Bring them back. Grew up with the 64 Harvest Moon. I've never played it, which surprises me because 64 was my first console and I played all kinds of stuff on that. I probably would have loved it. I probably would love it if I went and... I think it's on the, is it on the 64 thing with the Nintendo Premium, whatever the heck? You know what I'm talking about? Premium membership? Because if it's on that, maybe I'll try it at some point, because I think I still have the Nintendo Online Premium whatever deal. Might be worth trying. Why is... Oh, because it's not a clipping mask on here. Let's do clipping mask for these little fingies. I might make these shorter and stubbier too. But we'll come back to that. We're going to do one more layer for the head, and then I can feel my stomach physically growling, so I'm going to get off here real soon. We're just going to do one big shape for the head. And the horns. And you know what? We'll make the horns a clipping mask too. So we're just going to do all of this as one big shape for right now, and then we're going to call it for tonight. But pretty good progress, I would say. This was fun. Yeah, I'm about to go in a few minutes anyway, so you're not going to miss much. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be back this time again next week, so I hope to see you then. Thanks for popping in. Make the Animal Crossing characters speak with actual words. No, they need to keep the animalese. They have to keep it. It's like the best thing. I would try to do an impression, but my voice is shot now after talking for a few hours. Oh, so cute. Unique dialogue for specific villagers. Yeah, but I mean, that New Horizons made so much money. You can pay some writers. Like, let's be real. Like, it's not like this is an indie game with a team of 5. They can hire some writers. Maybe they have special villagers that are not strictly adhered to the, like, 6 personality types, you know? Or maybe there's some way to unlock different levels of dialogue with specific ones that get updated over time. Or, like, there's a way. There's a way to make this happen. The players want it. It'll add a lot of depth and TLC to the games. It'll make them more memorable, more timeless and lasting. All good. It'll all pay off in dividends. Just hire some more writers. Bring back good AC dialogue. See how messy this brush is on the edges though? That's the bad thing about Procreate. The transform tool is terrible and then the fill tool is not all that, but work with what you got. I saw people that were recommending like Clip Studio Paint or like all these other things for iPad. Like it's so much more professional, whatever. I'm like, listen, if I'm not comfortable and having a good time drawing in it, I'm not doing it. I am most comfortable in Procreate. It's simple, it's to the point. It gets the job done, and the work I've done in it for clients they've liked, so I'm stubborn. I'm sticking with Procreate. I know there's probably more versatility and better tools and stuff in other programs, but I'm happy with Procreate for what I like to do, so I'm sticking with it. Okay. We're going to lower the opacity on that. Alright. And then I'm just going to touch this up right here. That's really good progress, I think, for one night. So let me go through what I've done this evening just to recap. So here we have Fwench Fwy from Chicken Nugget, something I've never heard of in my life until tonight. This is the progress. We're going to put a pin in this and come back to this next week. And then we're also going to finish this beautiful cake Pokemon. Ooh. Sorry, I got itchy here. We're going to come back and finish this next week. And if we have time, we're going to finish old Inch, the Beanie Baby Worm. So, great stream tonight. Nothing crashed. The music worked the whole time. I don't think I'm going to get copyright claimed. The aspect ratio is right. We're cooking with gas now, folks. So, expect me to be a little bit more comfortable at what I'm doing on stream from here on out, because I think I'm getting the hang of this whole thing now. It was really nice to see some new faces, some old faces in here tonight. I still have 8 people watching right now somehow, so I'm delighted by that. You miss his shoes. Maybe I'll do an alternate version with shoes that I post to social media just for kicks. Let's see, what did I miss in the chat here? Be a lot of coding and stuff, though. It might make the game huge. Yeah, I don't know anything about game development. I feel like they could figure it out if they wanted to. Where there's a will, there's a way. Let's hope for better dialogue in any event. Thanks to everybody who came to watch tonight. This was awesome. Everything went really smoothly for once. I'm stoked. So, thank you, everybody. Have a great night, and I'll see you all next